Salam and peace, guys. Thank you very much for joining me again to watch the third episode of Live to Fight or Fight to Live documentary interview episode. If you're new to the channel and you're watching this for the first time, my name is Rehan, and this is a documentary series, me going out interviewing certain individuals of all shapes and sizes, getting their opinions and thoughts regarding certain questions that I asked to them, and their worldview, their opinions about their community, about what the world is coming to, and how to overcome our mental and physical obstacles that we may have. In the third episode, I focus on the theme regarding the questions that I pose to people is, are the youth of nowadays losing focus, have any purpose? Are they struggling to find their goal? Are they working hard to achieve their targets? And the third episode will try to highlight these things, and I've approached many people to ask them what their thoughts are about the youth of nowadays. The youth who do not possess any focus or lack of focus into achieving their target, they tend to divert themselves towards a very dark path, let's just say. If it's not dark, then it's not very ambitious. They become lazy, they become very entitled, they become very pampered. And when these youth grow up, who have been given this false ideology that everything is given to them on a plate, and when they come to the real world and they see that the world isn't actually like that, where things are not just handed to them, they have this traumatized feeling that the world isn't what I thought it was, and because of the lack of confidence they have in achieving goals, because they haven't gone through struggle or hardship, they tend to fail and give up and tend to find other means of achieving. Anyway, that's me just going on a rant. Now, I asked this sort of thing because my next guest, or my next interviewee, is somewhat young. He is now in the global stage. He is fighting athletes who are on the top of their game in his weight class. I asked him, how does he stay focused in an age where focus is hard to come by? I present to you Muhammad Mukaya.
I don't want to even if it's jokes, I don't even know them anymore. You know what I mean? So I don't even know where they're located. You know what I mean? So if they were good, I would knew where they are. You know what I mean? If they're not good, they're probably somewhere in jail, somewhere on the street. Maybe they're too shy to be in the public anymore. But I never follow the crowd. Like for 5 years grind, since 12 years old till 17, I was like, no friends, just gym every day, morning, evening, before school, after school. And I never follow like even after leaving the school, usually wherever your friend goes, you're gonna do same degree in college. Like my friend does, for example, business, I'm gonna do business. But why I should do business? You know, my background is wrestling. I started wrestling. I should do something sport, continue with the sport, even like sports science, something like this. Why would I go to business? That's what the problem what people have after school. They go to do what they don't want to do.
Is it because they have no options?
It's not options. It's wrong.
Wrong path.
Wrong path. Wrong. They think it's all life is all about fun. But once you leave the college, the friend you followed, he's good at, for example, business. He's gonna go to uni. He's gonna forget about you. You're gonna be still friends, but he's not gonna pay your bills. Not gonna look after your family. So you have to switch off and go for what you're good at. But some people start losing their mind in between, and that's where they go off, get on the streets because they lost their mind. But you never lost in life. I believe you never lost. Even if you're not good, if you've done this, there's still a chance to come back. You're still young.
Now, I asked somebody else about this. Somebody called Kelsey Barnes. Now, she understands very well what it means to be away from her friends who are in universities, apparently having fun, and she's in the gym, in her sweats, grappling away, working hard in grueling training programs. And she can see that all her other friends are having fun, which she sees on social media. And let's see how she feels when she experiences these things, and what did she do by it? Kelsey Barnes.
Sometimes I do, like when it's a Saturday night and I'm at home on my own and all my friends are out and I can visibly see they're having a good time. It does get a bit, oh, I wish for like a day I could just go, but then I just think back to the bigger picture, like what is the end goal? And I've seen the phrase and it's like you're not missing out on anything if you're working towards a bigger goal. So that's just what I repeat to myself all the time, and that's it really.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of kids my age, they go eat junk food. They're fat. Not trying to be mean or anything, but they actually are fat. They don't care about how they look. Instead of actually knowing how to fight man to man, they carry knives around to stab each other. Like, what's the point? Come to gym, learn how to fight, and go fight one to one, sort it out that way. You don't need to go around stabbing people. You don't need to go around killing people for some minor reasons. And yeah, my age people.
Why do you think fighting is important?
Fighting is important. Just to get disciplined, know when to wake up, when to go sleep, when to be at some place at that time exact.
So, in his own words, for him to be in a gym, or for kids to be in a gym, learning how to do martial arts or some sort of combat sport, will give them some sort of structure and discipline so that they can learn, like I said, to be on time, to be on schedule, to be structured, to have some sort of routine in their lives. Let's see what Adam Heiss has to say regarding when I asked him about people from deprived communities. Is there a difference of lack of focus in deprived communities or in the upper class or the middle class? Is there a difference?
I think to a degree you're right, but there's different levels of being deprived in a deprived area. So there might be like an average. There'll be some kids, let's say, whose parents are drug addicts, and the kids won't even know anything like or have any goals. But there's a lot of people in the deprived areas where their parents are working. You know, they've got decent jobs. Maybe they're working in a shop. Maybe they're working on the railways or whatever. But they might have more goals and you see that. You see parents that bring their kids here all the time, that bring their kids to other gyms. You see parents that are connected, you know, in the MMA community, they'll bring their kids here to wrestle. Then on a different day, they'll bring them somewhere else to box, somewhere to kickbox, somewhere to do jiu-jitsu. You see them. And they're not all rich, wealthy parents, you know. There might be some, but yeah. I don't know what communities they're all from though, whether they're from deprived or not, but yeah. Deprived, it's always a big range, isn't it? Yeah.
There is research out there suggesting that kids from underprivileged communities or deprived communities do tend to go into criminal activity, youth violence and knife crime and all these things. And what is the solution? What is the path we as parents or community leaders or community activists can do to make sure we can help the youth of today to be off the streets and off the drugs, to be more into youth clubs and gyms, to have more structure in their life, to get out of the drugs and knife crime and criminal sort of lifestyles. So let's see what the gym member says when I asked him, are the kids of today lost?
Yeah. I think I can't speak for everyone, but for a large proportion of the population, that's definitely true. And I feel like at some point I fell into that as well. Like you don't really know where like you're going. Like you maybe have like a vision of where you want to be, but you don't really know how to achieve it. Or some people don't even have that vision, so they're just, you know, going with life, you know, being influenced by friends, peer pressure. And I feel like from where I was, like even though like I tried not to be in that, just being a certain age, sometimes it's hard to have that focus and that vision for something.
That's just one gym member's opinion, but in my experience, when I was young, it's actually quite easy to fall into that lifestyle, into the sort of criminal gang sort of lifestyle. And when I was young, that's how it was. Our area had gangs, other area had gangs. We had gang fights, school against school, area against areas. All this stuff happened. And to fit in, and if you come from a very underprivileged or deprived communities, your mates, your friends become your survival sort of way of navigating your life within the street life, and it's very easy to fall into all that. Anyway, I met this guy called Paul in the Wrestling Academy gym, and he is somebody who understands very well about the criminal life when he was young, right? And let's see what he says regarding when I asked him that the youth of today don't know the value of hard work. Let's see if he agrees or disagrees.
I wouldn't say they do, not really. I'm not being disrespectful to them. When I'm older, like I say, when I was young, it was things were stricter. They've all got phones. They've got too many phones, etc. I think the mobile phones are a big distraction, because when we was kids, we was out playing out, etc. And the game consoles was kind of scarce. Now kids, you don't see kids playing out. Or you see them in the gym. They sat in the gym like this. They sat on the phone. Put your phone away and crack on, get on with it. Just get on with it. Look at your phone when you're finished. Go and play your Xbox when you're finished. Kids in 6 weeks holidays, they don't play out now, do they? Am I right or am I wrong? They don't play out. You're too busy playing this and that. Take it off him.
Okay.
Give him a ball, give him a stick and let him play.
Now, when we were young, we understood that when we saw elders on the streets, happen to walk by, we knew what to do. We should greet them, respect them. If we're doing something, fishy, we'll see an elder walk by, coming from far. We will stop what we're doing, make him walk past, around the corner, and then carry on what we're doing. We knew the value of respect within our elders in our community. Could it be that because of children staying at home, not playing outside, on their games, on their phone, on social media, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and all these things, is it that because they're too much time on the screen, they don't understand how to socialize anymore? So when they see an elder and the elder goes, "Oi, what are you doing that for?" They go, "What's up, old man? It's my life." This day and age, are the phones, or the screens, social media is to blame regarding the lack of understanding of how to socialize within our community, within our society. Who's to say? I asked David Ong, is the schooling system to blame for the lazy behavior of our youth today? Let's see what he has to say.
Yes, and culture as well. I think the culture in the UK, it's a bit of a lazy culture.
It's a bit of a sore subject.
It is, but yeah, I think the culture's a bit lazy as well. The kids want to do nothing and be famous for it, don't they? Nobody wants to put the hard work in.
Easy way around.
Yeah, that's it. The path of least resistance. Everybody's looking for that.
Very interesting, very interesting. He thinks it's not just the schooling system, but also we live in a lazy culture. We live in a very lazy culture. Now, I want you to tell me if that's true or not. If it's true, what is it specifically in our culture that makes us lazy? Or what that makes our youth lazy? What is it that in the schooling system, that is making our children lazy? If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. Now, my next question, I asked somebody, and this somebody is actually a retired wrestler from back in the days, and she's called Olga Butkovich, or now after marriage she's called Olga McGlinchey. Now, she is somebody who's very, very successful in her career. She's happy, and now she's a parent. I asked her, are the parents teaching their kids the value of hard work? A very important question, because if we are to blame our youth that they don't know the value of hard work, is it okay to blame the parents? Is it the job of the parents to teach their kids the value of hard work?
Not much. I think so many parents just very busy, and what's happening they're looking for easy way. Like even now, yeah, we driving car, we change it for automatic, washing, everything like automatic, food, we try and take away. We're looking for easy options. Same as kids, we're looking for easy options. Nursery, school, iPads, and then you kind of focus on yourself. And lots of us selfish, and it's true, I'm selfish as well sometimes, but sometimes you have to realize and look around you. And me personally, yeah, I'm glad what I've got. I appreciate what I've got. And for me, I always said to my daughter, never jealous. You've got everything. I said, you're lucky because you have mom and dad. You're already lucky. So I teaching her never jealous to people if someone have more than her, because it's gonna happen. And it's okay if someone from your class or your friends have more than you or your parents, it's okay. But we do everything we can for you. So we're hiding nothing. So this is the problem. We're not teaching kids value what they've got. Because I'm jealous, lots of competition, like compare what's happening. Yeah, they're watching all these videos and they're thinking, even when they're watching perfect body, they don't know how much this person put effort. Or sometimes, like, especially girls' makeup, I'm not, if you see me, I never wearing makeup, really rare. So when my daughter mentioning like, oh, I need makeup, I said, no, you're beautiful, you don't need makeup. I said, it's only when you pass maybe high school. I said, but now you're naturally beautiful. Don't try anything, because too much, I don't know, too much makeup, selling products, and kids from young age, they thinking, they don't need that, but they thinking they do.
A wrestler, retired, turned wrestling coach, a mother. Her opinion is that parents are to blame, and it is the parents' job to instill the value of hard work, to instill character, to instill qualities and discipline into their child, and to make them understand that certain things are important and certain things are not important. One of the things that what Olga mentioned was makeup, right? Why are we putting makeup on our kids? Why are we encouraging that for them to feel valued and beautiful, they have to put on makeup? Are we trying to hide the fact that our kids don't have anything to be proud of? No skill, no value, nothing. Their beauty is everything. What about the beauty of the mind? What about the skill? I asked Seamus Devlin, I asked him, do the youth of today know how to cope with failure? And this is a very important question that I formulated for him. The reason why I asked him, because I believe, in my opinion, is that the youth of today have not been taught or brainwashed into thinking about how the youth are not able to cope with failure. So I asked him, do they know how to do that?
No, they haven't. I don't think they have. And I think it's like the old, it's okay to come second, it's okay to come third, it's okay to come 25th. There is no winners, they're taking part, which counts. It's a fallacy, it's a lie. There is first place, winning does matter. it is, and people could look at my record and say, well, you know, it didn't matter that much to you, but that's a different story with boxing. It's a business, isn't it, over a sport? But yeah, you've got to fail. You have to fail, and the generations nowadays, they're being, how can I put it politely, mollycoddled. They're being mollycoddled a little bit. Do you know what I mean? They're not being, they're being comforted too much with lies. Like I said, the misinformation. I don't want to go into too many things. It could get political with the whole social media thing and the whole transgender thing we've got going on, the social issues that are being exacerbated now. The social inequalities that produce these matters. But like I say, I could go on all day and get really deep and political, but I think they're being mollycoddled and I think they're being shielded from the truth, basically. But like I said, these gyms, boxing gyms, these kids need them. They 110% need them. It's not just the interaction. I mean, I've seen, you'll see it with the adults and the juniors, I've seen kids that they're at each other's throats, you know, in the street, and as soon as they get to the gym, they communicate, they've broke down a little barrier, then they're communicating, they're training with each other, and then they pass each other in the street, they're nodding, and it's solved so many social issues are sorted out in the gymnasium. It's crazy, but yeah.
What truth is Seamus referring to? Why are kids, in his opinion, being mollycoddled, as he eloquently says it? This transgender and this LGBTQ behaviour that's been plaguing our streets and our society and our communities? Is it because they are pampered so much that they don't understand the reality of life? And what truth is he referring to? Can someone tell me in the comments, tell me, in your opinion, mollycoddled, pampered, and what issues is he bringing up? Do you agree with him or do you not agree with him? What is it? What's going on? So I will leave it to there for now. This video is already long anyway. And if you found value, you found and you enjoyed it, let me know. I want to know what you're thinking, because there's a lot of few controversial issues in this episode, and it's quite deep. The lack of focus in our youth, the lack of hard work in our youth, the not able to cope with failure, also one of the ways our youth are struggling with understanding the reality of life. What truth is Seamus referring to? I really do want to know from you guys. What are your thoughts on this? If you liked it, enjoyed it, like and subscribe, and I'll be in touch in the next one, mate. See you later.